CBS News legal expert Rikki Klieman is a former Massachusetts prosecutor. Rikki, good morning.
Morning.
What do you make of this statement?
I was stunned. I think that there is no less a word. No one, and no legal expert expected him to speak at all. His speech has nothing for him to gain. So there are people who accepted it, as we've heard, people who rejected it, people who thought he was sincere, people who thought he was insincere. The real nugget here is this. If you're his defense lawyer, do you second guess yourself? Do you wonder if you had put him on in the penalty phase that you might have swayed one juror? It only took one juror for life imprisonment. Or do you realize that your decision was correct, that he could have never withstood cross-examination? And why do we know that now? You heard Carmen Ortiz, who was the U.S. attorney. She was not happy with his statement. Right. She thought it made no difference. She was disgusted by it. Why? Because he didn't renounce terrorism. He didn't renounce Islamic extremism. He invoked Allah as a religion, that his belief in the month of Ramadan and forgiveness. And what she said is that, in essence, it's my word, it's a perversion of what Islam is supposed to be about.
So does it affect the appeals at all?
Theoretically, no, and I believe no, that the First Circuit Court of Appeals, which is going to hear this case, is not going to be swayed by the fact that he apologized in any way. At the same time, none of us can forget what we've heard, or at least what we've read. And that I think that
Can I just say, though, that I thought the victim statements were so much more powerful than his statement. I mean, it was really...
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, when you deal with what we look at here, this carnage, that these victims who survived, or relatives of victims, their power and their ability to go forward may still, and not only may still, will still carry the day. That our sympathy is with them and not with this young man.
I know that there are no cameras allowed in federal court, but I sure would have liked to hear his voice. I think many people wanted to hear themselves what he had to say. Thank you, Rikki Klieman.